or more. And I'm only 29. I don't know how I'd ever do that. You know, when you start out singing, you have to find places to sing. I was kind of living in New York City, and I was hanging out in the open mics and playing, you know, Mondays and Tuesdays, and occasionally getting a gig for myself. But I was already about 23 or 24 before I started singing professionally, which is old by, you know, teen idol standards. So I was kind of in a hurry to get better, and I started thinking, well, where can I sing for people? So I started hitchhiking around the country, just playing anywhere that would have me. And on one trip, I played in a. This all happened on one trip, hitchhiking across the country. I played a bar in San Francisco, and in the middle of my set, the bartender, who was about 7 feet tall and had waist-length golden hair, leaped over the bar and flattened some guy sitting on a stool in the middle of my song, and then picked the guy up by the hair and dragged him to the front door and threw him in the street. And I stopped, and then he, you know, the room got silent, and so I just started again right where I'd left off, and like nothing had happened. And when it was over, I went into the back to get paid, and he said to me, "Here's an extra $50 for being cool." How to talk about learning fast. I said, "What was that about anyway?" He said, "That doesn't concern you." It doesn't concern you. That was his answer. And then I got to Colorado, and I got a job as a dishwasher in the Steamboat Springs Diner for 3 days. And while I was there, the owner, when I'd get ahead on the dishes, he'd let me sing for tips out in the front room. So I was out there, and this kid walked up to me, and he handed me a $5 bill, and he asked me if I could play a John Denver song. And you know, this was Colorado in the late 70s. And the cook leaned over the counter with this big meat cleaver in his hand and said, "You tell your dad that if he plays a John Denver song, I'm going to cut his fingers off." So that happened on that trip. Wasn't a John Denver fan. Yeah, you learn fast. There's an old barn outside on the far edge of town where the ladies keep dancing so fine. Their smiles touch their ears, their dresses the ground. They got all their men in a line. And I thought for a second how fine it would be to get dancing and feeling so free. Take a few turns and I'd get me a girl, bring one of them smiles home with me. But it just looked too easy, just too easy to be right. And I'm out on the road, walking alone, one step ahead of the frost. And your baby ain't no baby anymore. He's doing the cross-country waltz. And I had a lover, she walked through my dreams, till one day she drifted away. And I got me her letter when some months had gone by, saying, "Come back, I'll do what you say." But in our city I found a new wheel spinning round like a carnival half of the time. And though I'm walking alone now and counting my dimes, I think I'll just let her go by. 'Cause it just looks too easy, just too easy to be right. And I'm out on the road, walking alone, one step ahead of the frost. And your baby ain't no baby anymore, he's doing the cross-country waltz. Got me a letter yesterday from home, saying how long you think you'll be gone. As I looked at the sun, it was warm in my hands. That letter slipped down on the ground. 'Cause there's riverboats and drifters and a silvery moon, and the people, they all ask your name. And if you never left home, you'd never have to go back. But once you go back, you can't stay. 'Cause it just looks too easy, just too easy to be right. And I'm out on the road, walking alone, one step ahead of the frost. And your baby ain't no baby anymore, he's doing the cross-country waltz. Yeah, your baby ain't no baby anymore, he's doing the cross-country waltz.